Welcome to yet another webinar episode under the series which is bi-monthly but from Mallapuram Insurance and Allied Services. This is a bi-monthly webinar series that is Get More from Mallapuram. And today, even before we enter into today's topic, let us actually now get on to the reason why we are actually doing this webinar series. The reason why we are doing this webinar series is only to provide clarity such that you will have confidence on whatever the insurance policies which you have already purchased or planning to purchase. This is the real reason why we are doing this webinar series. And even before we get through the details, like let us also provide you a little bit of declarations before we proceed further. In this webinar series, we do not represent any insurance company. Neither we are promoting any product, nor we are actually suggesting a particular insurance company of any insurance company which is available in the market. Okay, and at the same time, we will be discussing only the issues related to insurance in this particular webinar series. No politics and no movies, nothing. It's all about insurance, right? And at the same time, we don't intend to criticize any particular person or an organization or a particular product of any insurance company in this webinar series. By chance, if it happens, it is only by chance, like there is no personal intention or any planning to do that. Okay, so we just want to make it very clear and upfront with you with this. And at the same time, the opinions discussed here are absolutely personal and you cannot take it as an evidence under any court of law. I hope this is all clear. And with that declarations, let us now get into today's webinar topic. And today's topic is COVID claims and what is the reimbursement process. In the entire COVID claims, what is the reimbursement process that we need to adopt? Okay, so this is the topic. And if you look into the current scenario, there are a lot of people who are actually getting affected in this second wave, which is actually happening, and it's really worst situation because we also tend to get a lot of claims coming in. My team also know this. They are actually supporting so many people, and daily on an average we are getting more than 5 claims, and that is actually a huge number for the size of operations what we have. And but if you look into the current scenario of how the situations are actually happening, though the hospitals want to provide the cashless facility, they doesn't have the bandwidth of the team, nor they have that kind of facility in place, or they're so busy in actually handling the existing patients who are there. Because there are so many people who are waiting out there to get admitted to the hospital. So because of so many reasons, even though the hospitals are there in the network list of the insurance company, they're still unable to provide or process the cashless facility. But because of that reason, most of the patients are actually getting suffered. They may have to pay the money upfront. They have to get some loans or get some borrowings, then pay that particular loan. If they're actually doing that, so it's the hard-earned money which actually got stuck, or it's the loan which we already taken which got stuck. So the next question comes: how are we going to get this money back from the insurance company? Okay, so in this particular context, we thought let us actually do this webinar on the current episode of the reimbursement of medical insurance, and that too specifically for the corona related health insurance policies. And at the same time, we are also giving an special agenda wherein we will be giving you the special documents which need to be submitted to get the claim processing under Corona Kavach policy, which has been designed by IRDA, that's the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, who has actually mandated all the insurance companies to sell this particular product. Though it was a short-term product which was actually designed by IRDA, but they have also told that the process is the insurance companies can also renew the existing Corona Kavach policies. So we will also touch upon those things. It is regarding the Corona Kavach reimbursement, and also even the home quarantine reimbursement process. What to do? What are those special documents which need to be submitted for the reimbursement claim? So by the end of this session, you will have a very clear-cut clarity on how to process the reimbursement claim of health insurance policy, right? At the same time, specifically for Corona Kavach and for the Corona related health insurance claim, what are the specific documents that is additionally need to be submitted to the insurance company to get your claim processing done very, very easily, right? Are you with me? Okay, if you're with me, I request you to please type yes in the chat box. Okay. So so let's enter into today's agenda for this COVID claims for the entire reimbursement process. How are we going to do it? And because it's my insurance is always my responsibility. So let's look at today's agenda. So we'll be doing a little bit a touch upon on the situation analysis, and then after that we'll be doing the discussion wherein we will be trying to provide you the clarity on the entire process of reimbursement claim, wherein you'll have confidence in doing it for yourself, right? So this is the main section where we'll be discussing the entire points, and after that we'll try to review what is that we have actually done it, okay? And at the end we'll be going ahead with the action points, right? Are you ready? Okay, so now let's get into the situation analysis. So the moment somebody gets into the hospital in an emergency condition, what will be the situation of the person? He's absolutely tensed up, isn't it? He's absolutely tensed up. You don't know what to do, and in that emotional distress, it's not just the patient but also the family members. Everybody is distressed, and at that moment, if the hospital says no, we just can't process your cashless claim, then that is some more pressure on our head, because now we need to pay all that money right from your advances, right from your interim payments, right from your final bill payment. All these things need to be paid by the dependents of the patient, right? Okay, so in this particular situation, what could be the definitely the thought process which actually gets into that particular person? Complete distress. He will definitely be very angry on the hospital for not providing the cashless facility. He will request, he will plead, but we can't even do anything, because the hospitals also really tied up with their existing lot of stress work which they are actually even undergoing. So we just can't blame anyone. And definitely, yes. We will also be very angry on the insurance company, thinking that why is that insurance company is not doing anything with this particular situation? Why are they not asking the hospitals to send across the a cashless facility? Let me just tell you, insurance companies are also doing their part of work, their part of responsibility. They are actually doing it. The thing is, nobody has actually expected such a huge spur in the number of claims which can actually come in. Even because of that particular reason, nobody is prepared to handle the entire situation. So what is the best thing that we can do? We have to just go through the situation. But don't get worried. We can actually get back your claim. We can actually get back your claim. But for that, you need to just follow on the tips to be followed, and at the same time, the caution on what are the documents which have to be submitted to the insurance company. Once we submit all those documents properly, then the claim processing is that easy, and we can just get it done very, very smoothly. Let's get through that and what are those details which are there. But before that, the reason why most of the people get terrified, because they don't know, they doesn't have any clarity on how this claim process can be done. What is the step-by-step process, and what are the documents, and everything is actually little hazy in the wind, and they really don't know what to do. So in this particular situation, we want to provide from this webinar platform, Get More from Mallapuram. We are actually providing the clarity for confidence. Okay, so this is the section. This is the section wherein we'll discuss at length, and let's the discussion begin. Okay, are you with me? Okay. With that, let's get into the discussion. So, what is the entire investment process consist of? Okay, it's a very simple. It's actually only three-step process, but we want to add up a fourth one because if the claim is denied or if the claim is being delayed for some or other reason, then the fourth step actually comes up. Okay, so the first step of the entire investment process consists of claim intimation. This is the first step. So unless you intimate it to the insurance company, how do they know that somebody got admitted in a hospital? Right? Okay. So the first step is giving the claim intimation and getting the claim number. Okay. So this is the first step. And the second step is going to be submission of all the claim documents. Like it could be your claim form, it could be the list of documents, discharge summary, the diagnostic report. So what are those things which need to be arranged properly and then submitted properly? So this is the second step. So the second step consists of arranging all the documents in a line and then put it across and then sending it across to the insurance company. So until your submission of documents is being acknowledged by the insurance company, still your claim submission is not complete. Okay, so because of the current second wave which is actually going on, you might not be reaching out to the insurance company claims desk, but probably you'll be sending across courier. But if the courier doesn't reach the insurance company, nor the tracking of the courier says that your documents have reached the insurance company, that doesn't mean that you have actually submitted the claims. Okay, so until they receive your documents and they acknowledge it by means of an SMS or by means of a mail with whatever the email ID and the mobile number that you give, till then this second step will go on. Okay, that's about the claim submission. And then the third thing is, no, you need to follow up. You need to follow up with the insurance company, probably because they got some doubt. They would be definitely putting across any query either to your mobile number, and not either, it is both. They will be sending the information to your mobile number and also to your email ID. So you have to frequently check your email or check your SMS. Okay, and this is few of the insurance companies, they are even sending it to WhatsApp. So whatever is the communication media, but they will be sending across if there is any query or any doubt or any additional requirement of document which is required. Okay, so those things will be communicated. If at all any of those things have been communicated to you, then you have to resubmit it. You have to resubmit it, then everything goes right from the second step. Again, you have to submit, and then again, you have to follow it up. Okay, so that's it. And then, if at all there is any denial, and and the insurance company gives it with a reason why they are denying the particular claim. If there is any denial and you want to resubmit it, you want to resubmit your point of view to the insurance company, then we have to go for the reconsideration of your claim. So this is the first step. First step, we don't want to get through it, but if at all we have to get through the denial process, then we have to go for the reconsideration request. Then again, it starts from the second step. Okay, so this is the broad process which need to be adopted. Now, let us go through each of these steps one by one. Okay, right? So coming to claim intimation. Coming to the claim intimation, if you look at claim intimation, normally, this is what people say. We'll do it while submitting the documents. Let me just first arrange all the documents, procure all the documents and the claim form, everything, signatures, everything. Let me just first keep it ready. And when somebody asks, so when are you actually going to keep the things ready? Says, okay, I'll just do it. I just reached home, just got discharged. It will take a little time. So let me just arrange all those documents. And then while I'm sending across the courier, then I will intimate it to the insurance company. Okay, this is what more than 95% of the people that think while they are actually about to submit the reimbursement claim. But you know what is that? It is a big no, absolutely no. You should not wait. You should not wait intimating the claim for more than 24 hours after your discharge. Yes. Okay. The claim intimation should be completed within 24 hours of your discharge. If you're not doing this, if you're not doing your claim intimation within 24 hours of your discharge, there is every good reason the insurance company can deny your claim because you have actually delayed in intimating them. Okay, so this is the first class, and I request everyone who is there on this webinar, and also because we will be actually even putting up this webinar onto our live YouTube channel. So even the people who are watching this webinar series, we request everyone not to delay intimating the claim. The claim intimation has to happen within 24 hours of your discharge from the hospital, and this is a must. Okay, right? I hope this gives a lot of clarity for everyone. And all these small mistakes, if it happens, insurance company has got every reason to deny your claim. Okay, right? And then, so while doing the claim intimation, what are the things which normally we require? Okay, we require the following details. Okay, details which are required are, of course, the name of the person, the name of the patient who got admitted, and then what is the policy number, and then what is the contact number and the email ID, and of course the insurance company. Insurance company is required when you're actually going for the third party claim settlement agency, because there are two sets of companies which are there, and the first set of the company are, these are the companies wherein the insurance company is different and the claim processing agency is different. So wherein the claim processing agency, we call it as third party administrator, who is different from insurance company. These are the agencies which will be dealing with the claim processing of many insurance companies. Okay. The second set of companies are the claim processing agency is not external, but it is internal to the insurance company. It is called internal third party agency. Okay, and when you actually compare both of these situations while we are submitting the claim, because when you actually go back to this claim submission with a third party vendor who is actually external to the insurance company, then you need to also give the details of the insurance company to the third party administrator. Okay, so these are the details, and at the same time we should also give the date of admission, the date of discharge, and the hospital name, the hospital contact details, and the reason for which you got treated. What is the disease for which you got treated? Whatever is written on the discharge summary as it is, without any changes, you have to intimate it to the insurance company. You have to even write it on your claim form. Okay, don't change it. Don't change it as if you understood the particular disease. You have to write whatever is there on the discharge. Let me just caution here one more time. Whatever is written on the discharge summary while you are getting discharged from the hospital is the same information, that is the disease treated, whatever is mentioned on the discharge form, need to be only given to the insurance company while intimating the claim, and also while submitting the claim when you are writing your claim form. I hope this is clear. I hope this is clear, right? If you're clear, just type it clear in your chat box. Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for interacting with us, and it's so nice to have all you people on this webinar. Okay, so these are the details which are required when you are intimating the claim. And once the claim is being intimated, you will be also getting the claim number which is communicated to your email and also to your mobile. It comes. Sometimes even it is now coming even in the WhatsApp from different insurance companies. Okay, so this is how the claim intimation is done. So this completes the first step. So the first step. So let me just ask you one more question. So when are you going to intimate the claim? Within what time to the insurance company? Type it in your chat box. Yes, it is within 24 hours of your discharge. You have to intimate the claim to the insurance company. Okay, and this is mandatory. take care of this, right? So with that, we have actually come to the first section, that is claim intimation. We have just finished that. Now, after intimating the claim, we will be going to the next step, that is claim submission. When we are actually going for the submission, when do you think? When do you think that we should be actually submitting the documents? By when we should be submitting the documents to the insurance company? Any guesses? You can just write how many days. Yeah, there you can type anything. There is no right answer. There is no wrong answer. It's your answer. So you just type it. We just want to even check what is your feedback on this. Okay, somebody says within 1 month. Somebody says within 1 month. I think most of you are actually saying within 1 month. Okay, but you know what happens in the brain? Will do when I get the time. Because say 4 5 days you have been into the hospital and you are not going on to your work now, because you are out of the hospital now. You have to take care of your work, so you focus more onto the work, but you tend to forget. You tend to delay in submission of your documents. We have seen in n number of cases. I can actually bet on this. 99% of the people, they just delay. And we as a team, we actually we push them to submit the policies. We push our clients. Okay, so normally it says, yeah, we'll do it whenever we get the time, right? No, no, no. You just can't do it the way how you want it. You have to get it done the way how insurance companies want it. How is that? Okay, you have to submit all the documents within 1 week after your discharge. And this is something which is mandatory. You have to submit all your documents within 1 week after your discharge. Okay, so just don't delay. You have to submit it. If you're not doing it, your claim can be denied in paying. Okay, are you with me? Are you with me? The biggest thing which actually is a hurdle for anyone to submit the claim as early as possible. Do you know what is that? We have with the feedback whatever we had with the clients. What is that one single thing? They doesn't have clarity on what documents need to be submitted, how to fill up the application, the claim form, and how to arrange the documents before submitting it to the insurance company. Because it doesn't have this clarity, they tend to postpone. They tend to just delay it. And who is getting benefited out of this? That's the reason we are here. We want to provide you a lot of clarity on how you need to arrange, how you need to submit, how do you need to write, what are the details that you need to write on the claim form, everything. Now we are going to discuss. Are you with me? Okay, let's go ahead, right? So, what are the steps which are involved? The steps which are involved are, you have to first arrange the documents in the order, okay? And arranging the documents, I suggest everyone to keep all the documents date-wise, okay? The first prescription date, the first medicine bill date, the first diagnostic test which has been done. So arrange all the documents in a date-wise manner, in a chronological order, in an ascending manner. Date-wise. Date-wise is the best way. First, you get all the documents arranged, even if it is the diagnostic test reports or your medical bills or some reports, everything, discharge summary, your final bill, your final receipt of payment, everything arranged in chronological order of the date. Okay, it's an increasing order. Okay, this is the first step. Then the second step is, now you have to fill up the claim form. How to do the claim form fill up? Okay, claim form fill up, we'll come to that. We'll come to that again. Okay, and then after that we have to do the claim submission. Right? Okay, so arranging the documents is done. Right? It's only on the date-wise manner. Then comes your document. Yeah. Arranging, while you're doing it, you have to arrange the documents as pre-hospitalization documents, because there are 3 sets of hospitalization bills which you are eligible to claim. Okay, the first thing is pre-hospitalization expenses. That means before you get admitted to the hospital. Normally, if you look into the most of the policies, it is 30 days. in few policies it is also given as 50 days. Okay, so 50 days, right? Even 60 days is also given, right? And then the post hospitalization expenses in most of the companies it is given 60 days, and in few companies it is given even 90 days. So 30 days pre-hospitalization, hospitalization bill, and post-hospitalization bill. All the after you arrange the documents, you have to arrange it in these three different segments: pre-hospitalization, hospitalization, and post-hospitalization. These are three different ways how you have to arrange the documents. Okay, right? And then in the pre and post hospitalization, if you look at, most of the times it is only the prescriptions, and then the bills, and then if you have actually undergone any diagnostic tests, so those diagnostic test reports or the films, those things will be there. Okay, generally in the pre and post, these are the three things which will be there. And the caution here is you have to submit all these documents as original only. So all documents should be only original. No photocopies, no duplicates, nothing. Okay. So the pre and post hospitalization, whether it is the prescription from the doctor, whether it is a paid receipt or the bill, and also the diagnostic reports or the films or anything, everything need to be submitted as originals only. I hope you people have got the clarity on this. Okay. So never submit any photocopy of your bills. If you submit any photocopy of your bills in any of your reimbursement claim, your claim will not be paid. You have to submit all the prescriptions, all the reports, or the medical bills, or the hospitalization bills, everything in original. No photocopies are allowed. Insurance company will deny or will delay your process even if they find any one bill or any one bill which is actually photocopied. We have seen n number of cases wherein such kind of delays were happening because of these silly things which probably would have been taken care during the documentation process, and everything would have gone very, very smoothly. Okay, right? So so all originals need to be submitted for both pre and post hospitalization, right? With this, right? Clear? Now, let us go to the next thing. That is the main part, that is about the hospitalization bills. The three main documents, there's so many documents which need to be submitted in the hospitalization bill. Okay, but what are those three main things which we have to focus more upon? Okay, the first thing is about the claim form, right? Then the second thing is about the discharge form. The claim form, the discharge form, and the third thing is, of course, it is your final detailed bill along with the receipt. These are the major documents. If these three are there, then I can say 90% of your work is done in your reimbursement claim process. Okay, but caution once again, everything whatever you submit should be only originals. No photocopies are allowed. Is this clear? I hope this is clear, right? Okay. Now, out of these three things, if you look at the major confusion or the major worry about what we have seen with most of the people is how to fill up this claim form, right? Let us see little more detail on this, right? Okay, so let's look the claim form in detail. Now I'll just show you the claim form also here, right? If you actually look into the claim form here, see, are you able to see the claim form which is been given here? And in this situation, I just want to thank IRDA, because IRDA, the regulator, has given a standardized claim form for the health insurance companies and for all the health insurance policies. And we thank IRDA because before IRDA giving this particular claim form, every company used to have their own prescribed format, and it used to be always confused. The third parties will have their own format, the insurance company will have their own format. The hospitals are also confused, they don't know where to sign the document properly. Okay, there used to be enough enough amount of chaos. And we thank IRDA, we thank the regulator who actually came up and actually gave the entire claim form a standardized claim form. Now, whatever the insurance company it is, they all need to follow the same claim form. So if you just go through this once, then everything has been taken care. Okay. Now let me just show you here. It has got two parts. It has got two parts. One is claim form part A. You are able to see it here. It is part A here, right? Okay. And then we also have another part which is called part B. See, this is part B. Claim form part B. Are you able to see this? Right? Okay. Are you able to see? It's a claim form part B. Now, part A need to be filled up by the patient or by the policy holder, right? Part B need to be filled up by the hospital. And this is the place wherein the hospital has to give their entire details, and then they have to sign, the treating doctor should sign, and the hospital stamp should be there on this particular page. And this need to be only in original. So you have to take this form to the hospital, or we suggest, like, if your people are there in the hospital, even before the discharge, have a copy of this, because while you are actually coming out of the hospital, you can get this form filled up then and there. So during your discharge itself, you can actually get this particular done. Okay, but that's okay. If you have not done it, then you have to get this particular form filled up by the hospital. Now, what are the details which will be normally there in this? Let us go one by one. If you look into this, in part B, there are 6 sections, section A, B, C, D, E, F, right? There are 6 sections in part A. There are 8 sections in part A and 6 sections in part B. Part B is something which need to be filled up by the hospital. Okay, the hospital, they have to give the hospital details here, right? That's the first thing. And then in the section B, they have to give the details of the patient. There is a person who got admitted. They give the name of the person, the gender, the date of birth, their you can see, it's a date of admission, date of discharge. You can see all those documents. Okay, this is all about section B. Let us not go anything more into that, right? And then comes the primary diagnosis, the primary treatment which has been done by the hospital to the patient. Okay, so what is the primary diagnosis? What is the additional diagnosis? Are there any comorbid conditions which actually happened? If so, what is the ICD codes for that? Now there is a standardization of ICD codes which hospitals have to put it out there. Okay, and then what is the procedures that they have actually taken care, and what is the description of that? So all these details they will be doing it. If they have sent any pre-auth, if it is a reimbursement case, definitely it is not the thing. But if at all they have sent anything, even those details they have to give it here. And the hospitalization have to give it what is a cause, what is a approximate cause. Why do you think this particular treatment or this particular person has got admitted into the hospital? Okay, so what is the reason for that? Okay. If you see that, if you see here, it is self-inflicted. If it is a self-inflicted injury or a road traffic accident or high usage or abuse of alcohol consumption, if any of these details are true, okay, if self-inflicted or the alcohol consumption is the reason why the person got admitted in the hospital, then none of your claims will be payable. Okay, because you know that it is not safe to actually have it and then go out the alcohol, and then still you have gone and you met with an accident and then you got admitted in the hospital. No, the claim is not payable. Okay, is this clear? If it is so, then they have to provide the medical legal certificate, that is the MLC, which need to be given by the hospital. And if it is mentioned that this person got admitted to the hospital because of an accident, and accident is due to alcohol usage, what the person has got in his blood, then the claim is not payable. Okay, so they will also give you the list of documents which they need to submit. Okay, so any which way the hospital knows what are the documents which need to be given, the original pre-auth, the copy of pre-authorization letter, the main bill, the breakup bill, the investigation reports, the ECG, pharmacy bills, everything is out there. So you just tick what are the documents which they have given it to you, right? And then if there is anything else that they have to give some more details, it will be always there. And this is the place wherein they have to sign, the treating doctor has to sign and stamp it. This is a signature and seal wherein they have to do it. Okay, so this is part B. This part B, you have to get it done. You have to get it done, and you have to get it signed by the hospital, and you have to get it in original. Okay, is it clear? So part B need to be arranged from the hospital. Now, the only thing which is left out is part A. Let us now get through the details on how the part A is need to be filled up. Okay, so coming to part A. Okay, see there are actually 8 sections in this. First section is all about your communication details like your name, address, your email, and all other details, right? And if you have already intimated the claim, then the claim number need to be mentioned here. Okay, the claim number need to be mentioned here. And then in the part B, you will see the details of the insurance. Like when have you taken the policy, how long you have been with the insurance company, have you ever claimed any claim in this particular policy? If yes, then what are those details? So all these details will be there. It's all about the history. Are there any comorbid kind of conditions which have been there? Okay, so those things will be there in section B. So details of health insurance history, right? Then comes the details of the person who got hospitalized. Okay, what is the name, what is the age, what is the date of birth? So what is the relationship with the proposer, that is the policy owner, and the person who got admitted, whether it is spouse, child, right, or it is a self, right? Okay, then the occupation and the address. So all this is, it is just like a contact details of the person who got admitted into the hospital. Okay, then comes the section D. In section D, it is all about the details of hospitalization. So whatever the hospital has written in their section is something which we have to write it here. Okay, so name of the hospital, the room category, because room category is also one of the major component of the amount of claim which need to be settled. I think in one of the sections we have seen how room rent has got a bearing on the prorate deductions under the claim processing. Okay, if you see our before webinars which we have conducted, probably you can just go back to those webinars to have the entire detail of if there are any deductions, and it is because of a room rent, how it is going to impact. Okay, so we will not discuss it here. You can actually go back to that particular webinar, right? So we'll see these details here, right? And then the date of admission, the injury, they want to see whether it is a road traffic accident, whether it is a self-inflicted injury, or whether it is an alcohol abuse is all there. Okay, they want to see that, right? So this is all about section D. Then comes the details of the claim. See, I told you, you need to arrange all the expenses as pre-hospitalization, hospitalization, and post-hospitalization. It becomes so easy, right? See, pre-hospitalization expenses, you have to just write what is the total amount there. And then the post-hospitalization expenses, what is the total amount. Then the hospitalization expenses, right? And then the health checkup cost. If there is any checkup cost, like, because few of the insurance companies, they provide an annual health checkup. So even for that claim, the same claim form is actually mandatory. Okay, so if there are any such checkups which you have already done, you want to claim it up, this is the place wherein you have to write it. Then if there is any ambulance that you have used according to your eligibility, or whatever you are paid to the ambulance with the valid bill you have, you can also put it up here. So it's the pre-hospitalization, hospitalization, then post-hospitalization, ambulance bill, and if there are any other bills, you have to provide all those expenses over here in this section. This is section E, section 5 of your claim form, part A, right? Okay, so with all these details, if there are few companies which also even provide hospital daily cash benefit. Because even if you look into your Corona Kavach policy, yeah, Corona Kavach policy, you also have a hospital cash benefit wherein they give 0.5% of the total sum issued. So number of days you have been hospitalized. So that many number of days you can also get this hospitalization cash benefit, and that benefit you have to write it here. Okay, you are able to see it here, right? Okay, it's there. You have to write it. Okay, and any covalence benefit, if it is there in your policy, this is the place you have to mention it out. Fine. Okay, and so the details of the bills, this is section F, that is section 6, wherein you have to give all your bill number, date. So once you have everything lined in the date-wise manner, it becomes very easy for you to fill up this section. Okay, the first step is to have all your documents of your claim to be submitted, to be arranged in a chronological order of date. Then it becomes easy to write all these details. I hope this is very clear to everyone. Okay, fine. And then after that, of course, your bank account details. Then the last section is the place wherein you have to just sign and then submit it to the insurance company. It is very, 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 very easy. Okay, and by any chance, like, you are actually still getting confused, we do also have a checklist which has been prepared by my organization, right? Okay, so but you can actually after this webinar, the people who are attending here, they will all receive a particular copy of this particular checklist. That becomes very easy for you. See, so the details which you have to submit it in original, and we suggest you to please write number of pages which you are actually submitting it to the insurance company. That leaves with a lot of clarity on how many pages you have given, because few of the situations we have seen wherein we say that we have submitted all the documents to you, and the insurance company says that no, we have not received the documents. Probably they got misplaced in between. So you need to have an acknowledgement. You need to know how many number of papers, how many number of pages are you submitting on the whole, because always it will be like a bunch of papers. Okay, that's the reason we have actually given this checklist wherein you can actually go through the entire details. You can just write this number of pages, and the other bills, sign and seal, whether it should be original or a photocopy is enough. So we have given it in detail of all the details. Even if it is an accidental claim, what are the details, what are the additional documents which need to be submitted, even that is also there. And if it is a cataract, or if it is an implant surgery which happened, then what are the additional documents which need to be submitted. See, we have also even provided you the QR code. You can also even take a snap of it, and you can just scan it. Then you'll be lead to a particular page wherein you can just type in your name and mobile number. Me and my team will be all out there to help you out. Okay, or else you can also even give a missed call to this number. This is 7569 645 645. Okay, and any which way, this will be given as a free of cost to all the people who will be registering at this particular link which we are actually providing, and we will also flash it in the chat box and also at the end of this webinar. Okay, so this is the shortcode URL and the QR scan, or you can also give a missed call on this number, that is 7569 645 645. Okay, all this reason, the reason why we are giving you all this enough of information is to provide you clarity, such that you will go through the process of reimbursement claim very easily within the time bound, such that your claim process happens smoothly and you'll get back your money from the insurance company. Okay, right? And okay, there is also one more question which is okay. Okay, there's a question in the chat box. Who? Thank you, Arvind. He is asking a question that okay. Will the insurance company pay the entire claim amount? I mean, I just wanted to answer it not just for you but for everyone here. The insurance company will pay you the amount which you are entitled and eligible under the contract of health insurance. I know I've given a little technical way of answering this. So whatever need to be paid, according to the rules and regulations of your insurance policy, the insurance company will pay. Okay. If at all the insurance company is not paying, you can always go back to them. You can do a reconsideration of the same claim. If you're not satisfied, you can also pull the insurance company to the insurance ombudsman. But according to the contract, if it is a non-payable item and it is mentioned by the regulator that, yeah, these are the details which will not be payable, the consumables which are not payable by IRDA, then it is not payable. And specifically, that's the reason when you actually come to the Corona Kavach policy. Corona Kavach is the only policy which we have seen wherein even the consumable items are payable under Corona Kavach. Okay, that's the reason the regulator has designed it so very well. Okay, so this Corona Kavach policy can also be taken, and it also covers the home quarantine, home isolation treatment if the people take it home. Even that is also covered under Corona Kavach. We'll just come very shortly on what are the additional documents which need to be submitted to the insurance company in the Corona Kavach policy. So we have actually seen at length in detail about the complete claim form, what are the how you have to write it, and what are the documents which are actually required, and how you need to get the this claim form signed by the hospital, and then how you have to fill up the part A. So with that, now along with these regular documents, specifically for corona related hospitalization claims, there are some two documents which you have to submit. Okay, the one document which is for every health insurance plan, and for Corona Kavach policy, which is a specialized corona related policy. For that, there is another document which need to be submitted. Let's now get into that. Okay, so the first specialized document which need to be actually submitted to the insurance company, to the insurance company is this one. The medical practitioners prescribing prescribing the advice to go and get admitted into the hospital. Unless you have a prescription advising you to get into the hospital, your claim is not payable. That means if you get admitted into the hospital because you are very much worried or you are fearful, and out of your fear, even though you can be treated under the home quarantine, but if you insisted and you used pressure to go and get admitted in the hospital and you paid that entire bill, insurance company is not going to pay that bill for you. Okay, so treating doctor or the doctor prescribing you to go and get admitted in the hospital is mandatory. This is a mandatory document, and this is a mandatory document for all the hospitalization claims which you can claim under any of the health insurance policy of any of the company. Okay, now the second mandate document, which is very specific only for Corona Kavach policy, that is your passport copy. Because in Corona Kavach, if you go out of India, then the coverage will stop. Okay, if you go out of India, you come back to India, and then you got corona infected and you got admitted in the hospital, then it is not payable under Corona Kavach. Okay, right? So that's the reason they ask for your passport copy. So passport copy is mandatory over here. Okay, this is something very unique thing, and this is all about your hospitalization claim. So the specialized documents are both your treating doctor or the medical practitioner prescribing and advising you to get admitted into the hospital, and the second one is your complete passport copy. And this is mandatory for corona hospitalization. This document is mandatory for Corona Kavach. Okay. Now, in Corona Kavach, there is a specialized another section wherein they will also give you the coverage, the reimbursement claim under your home quarantine treatment. This home quarantine treatment, which is given only under this Corona Kavach, but there is another one company which is also giving for rest of the other policies also. But this is specifically for Corona Kavach. There are 4 mandatory documents which you have to submit. These without these 4 mandatory documents, your claim is not payable. Okay. Out of that, the first specialized document. The first specialized document is the treating doctor or the medical practitioner advising you to go for home quarantine. This is mandatory. Okay, this is mandatory. Second specialized document which need to be submitted is complete passport copy. Just like the hospitalization claim, even the home quarantine claim, you have your passport, the entire passport need to be submitted to the insurance company under Corona Kavach claim. Why? Because if you go out of India for any reason, then after you come back from your visit, your foreign visit, then if there is any corona treatment which need to be undergo in India, then it is not payable under Corona Kavach. To validate that whether you have gone outside India or not, your passport copy is mandatory. Okay, this is the second document which is mandatory under Corona Kavach home quarantine claim, right? The third document is the discharge certificate. Just like unlike your hospitalization claim, there will be a discharge summary. Here it is your discharge certificate. Your discharge certificate should be given by your medical practitioner mentioning the duration of your home quarantine. So from when to when were you there in your home quarantine? Because maximum it is only given for 15 days. So if it is less than 15 days, they will calculate only to that number of days, or if it is more than 15 days, they will give only up to 15 days. But this discharge certificate is mandatory from your treating doctor. Okay, and the fourth document which is mandatory is daily monitoring chart, which need to be given by your doctor who is actually treating you under your home quarantine. Okay, wherein the treatment record should be present. Okay, which actually involves like your daily oximeter readings, your BP, and things like that, your temperature. So all those readings need to be given, and all these details should be present and given to the insurance company for your home quarantine treatment claim under your Corona Kavach policy. Okay, so these are the 4 mandatory documents. If you have a very clear clarity on this, I don't see any reason why you should face any issues in getting your claim processing done. If somebody thinks, do I get the entire claim? For that, please watch our previous webinar wherein we have detailed out why there will be any deductions in any claim. If at all claim, what are the reasons? And those details are there in that webinar. I request you to go back to that webinar, and it's available on YouTube. You can actually go and watch it out there. Okay, but today's episode is only on how to process your reimbursement claims. Okay, right? So if even after all this work, if your claim is delayed, that means it is the only reason is you have not given the complete information. If you have given the complete information, none of the insurance company will delay the claim. Moreover, IRD has actually now mandated all the insurance companies from last October, 2020 October, they have given a circular stating that within 45 days, they have to settle the entire claim. Okay, in a normal claim it is 30 days, but if there is any what do you call, the third party inquiry kind of thing, then within 45 days they have to settle the claim. If they are not settling the claim, they have to give 2% additional interest on the total amount of claim which is payable. Okay, right? Okay, so the delay happens only because you submitted the documents which are not enough, or the insurance company has actually come up with a query and you have not answered that query, or the submitted documents are not complete. If you still go through the same thing, then there is a vicious circle which still goes on and it is delayed forever. Okay, and if it goes beyond this particular timeline, then the insurance company will say you are not interested in submitting the entire details, so we are actually closing the claim. Okay, so this thing can happen. But if there is any deny of your claim, the most of the situations what we have seen is the proximate cause, the main cause because of which the claim has occurred probably is not payable under your health insurance policy. So we have to go through the details of the clauses which are there under your policy. Okay, with that we come to the conclusion. And you need any support, in the entire claims processing, you can just take a snapshot of this, right? This is a QR code. This will lead you to a place wherein you have to just key in your name, your mobile and your email ID. We will come back to you, and we'll help you out in your entire claims processing. And moreover, the moment you get registered over here, you will also get a gift from our side, that is our checklist which we have prepared, which actually makes the entire life easy. Step by step, if you just go through it, it becomes so easy to arrange all your documents, to submit all your documents. It's an easy method what we have followed. Okay, and my entire team follows the same checklist. Okay, so you will get the checklist free of cost because you have been there on the webinar. Even if somebody is watching this recorded webinar elsewhere on YouTube, then you will also paste this link under the comments, so you can just click on that and you can actually reach us out, and you will also get the gift for you, the checklist for your entire reimbursement health insurance claims processing. Okay, right? And with that, we want you to please protect your family, from any of these no, the ill things which are happening in the world, right? And the action points which you have to take care, after this webinar are: take out your policy, go through the details, and then you have to do this particular review exercise. What are the things which are covered, what are the things which are not covered, where is the network of hospitals which are there for that particular policy with that insurance company. Do all this review with your advisor, with your just call him up on your video conferencing or on a phone, then review your policy, right? And discuss your policy details with your family on dining table. This is the culture which we are promoting through this webinar series, that is Get More from Mallapuram, the culture of discussing insurance on dining table. This is what we want. It's not just we purchasing the policy. The family members should also know what are the things which are covered, what are the things which are not covered. In an emergency, they should also know whom to contact, how to proceed, what is the procedures to be followed. They should know everything. And all these details should be available to your family members readily. Because if the emergency happens to you, they should take care about you. Right? You're with me, right? With that, we come to the end of this webinar session. This is the QR code. I'll just flash it for some more time, because the moment you give your details, the gift will land in your email. That's a checklist for the entire claim processing, and my team will be there to support you entirely for this. Okay, right? And thanks a lot for coming up for today's webinar series, the topic of COVID claims, the reimbursement process. Thanks a lot, and thank you, and we wish you all a happy Mother's Day. Give a gift to your mother. Okay, thank you. Come back to us once again. We are here on every second and fourth Saturdays from 4 to 5 p.m. Thank you.